start? And were they all banned, really?
Okay, they started as cooperatives.
Genuine.
Like Clip.
Like Clip, yes.
Kenya Business.
Yes.
Sasanet. They were, you'd register. It had even legal, you had to sign even a legal paper. And it was monthly. I know there are some people who thought of making money by starting their own. But the first cooperatives, they were genuine.
Clip, Kenya Business.
Kenya Business,
Sasanet, yes.
Yeah.
And the ministry, the Ministry of Cooperatives at that time had information. They knew these cooperatives existed.
Yes.
They monitored them and realized that these are genuine businesses that are benefiting investors.
Yes.
That matter.
Actually, like now in Kenya Business, there was a photo of the former late assistant minister handing over gifts and saying this thing is good and genuine. So, and then there was an advertisement in the paper. We had to look what they were doing. They had Safiri, flour mills. They had things to do with the Tana Limited. They had companies. So they would tell us, now, we'll make around 20% from your money. We give you 16. Then we remain with 4. And there was no harm.
It's a good deal.
So, yeah, it was not something that, it was at that time, that's when even the former president was encouraging people to do investment. And then, unfortunately, that's also the time when people are being retrenched, like places like Telcom, Kenya Power.
Yes.
So when they were given their money, some people had to put it there as they are waiting on what to do.
I see what you. So when did things start going wrong? What happened?
It was just before elections. Okay, the first thing is that the minister of cooperative by then made a roadside statement, said that if you put your money there, you need to remove it. With Kenya Business, how it all started, they wrote to Kenya Business. They said, we're going to investigate you. They asked, how can you be able to give 16%? And the policy is that you're supposed to give 12% per annum. So Kenya Business replied and said, if that is so, let us comply.
We are with the law.
With the law. And we are going to do 12%.
So they said we are able to give 16% every month.
Yes.
But because the law says 12% per annum, we will comply.
We'll comply. And then all of a sudden, boom, things are being closed all over. Without even following the cooperative laws.
I see what you mean. But was there a reason why the minister thought that was? Were there some other agencies that started, other cooperative agencies that copied Kenya Business or Sasanet or Clip for that matter and said, hey, you know what? These guys will give 16%, us guys will triple. Are they the ones then who, put a question mark or a red flag? Is that the reason why? And if so, do you still think the minister had the right to do that in terms of protecting 190? Because all these things are coming up now. Everyone is promising 16%, 25%, 30%, whatever the case may be. And that was the reason why the red flag was given by the minister at that time.
There should have been a way of regulating. I mean, how do you register something without looking at what they do, following at what they do? It was simple. Either, if you don't comply, we close you immediately.
Absolutely.
But here there are some guys who are saying,
closure,
we cannot put everybody in the same category. Yeah? They should not have allowed these small ones which were taking advantage to continue to exist. They should have moved very swiftly.
Close the small ones, let the genuine ones properly continue.
But now, to categorize every group to be one, that was a mistake on the government because they registered. Like cooperatives, you need to have a cooperative officer in every meeting every month. For it to go wrong, they should have realized something is wrong a long time ago.
Absolutely.
And then, how comes that when, like now, if there's an epidemic of malaria, I mean, you don't tell people now you'll die.
No.
You isolate. What you do, you isolate the cases which are there. And then those are genuine, you try and see what can you do.
Absolutely.
So I believe the government did not take its responsibility well.
There was a task force. Yes. In fact, I remember that time it was almost like a huge light at the end of the tunnel. A task force put together. They came up with a report which was given to Parliament.
Yes.
What were the highlights of that report, and how did Parliament handle it? Because I know there was a way forward, but evidently not.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Before the task force, we are the ones who pushed for the task force.
Yes.
Through the former Vice President, Kalonzo. He really worked Actually, people think he did not work.
But for you guys,
yeah,
he did work.
And we had gone around the country with him. And Jeff, what we saw was devastating.
What did you see?
People are sick. People have divorced.
Losing money. Yes.
People have died. As we're talking now, I always receive a report of 2 people dying on pyramid,
losing
their investment. So we pushed the government and they started a task force. Honorable Nyenze went around the country. They did a good job. And even them, what they saw, it was also devastating. And the people who registered, they were around 1 million. But we believe there are more than 3 million.
How much money did they lose? How much money are we talking about?
We're talking about 30 billion. Jeff, there are people in the media who have lost money.
Yes, I know some.
There are people in the government, senior people. We are being called by high-profile people who don't want even to be seen. And Jeff, people are suffering in silence. They don't want to talk about it because they feel that people are going to look like they are foolish by investing in those things.
Oh, geez.
I know of one senior guy. He has never told his wife what happened. And he's just under stress and
sick,
very sick.
So what was in this report?
In the report,
Parliament came out very strongly in terms of the way forward. So what happened to that report?
The Parliament was adopting a way of, because this was a national disaster.
Yes.
Because people losing money in that magnitude was big and dying and all that.
30 billion. That's
30 billion. There was 5 billion which was already frozen in by central bank. There was about 7 billion which Parliament had passed as a supplementary budget. I don't know whether it was fully passed, but there was that thing to the effect by the finance committee.
7 billion in the supplementary budget.
Yes.
To at least offset.
To
give some of, the people who
Of course, the government cannot be able to give back, but they can compensate. Because this being a national disaster, they need to take it as something which is so big and huge. Actually, our president has a task.
I see what you mean. Let me take you back. So 7 billion shillings was allocated by Parliament, or including in the supplementary budget.
And there's 5 billion, which central bank
had frozen.
Yeah.
So what happened? Parliament has instructed. So nothing happened?
The Attorney General takes over.
Oh, jeez. And
he advertises and says, bring your claims, bring all those who have gone to court, all those who have done everything. And then he says, within 3 months, you will have a report.
This is Wako or Githu?
Githu. 3 months.
That's good. So
we'll have no, it's over 1 year down the line. Huh? And silence. We go to the office, nothing. He's working. Over 1 year.
So he says in 3 months you'll have some sort of compensation.
Yes.
It's been 1 year now.
1 year down the line. And he really promised that he's going to work very hard and you'll see a difference. But we still languish in poverty. We still are suffering. People are still sick. He gave them hope.
And then we took it back again.
Took it back again.
How much did you lose, John?
Over 200,000.
So what's the way forward then? Attorney General has it. My goodness, sorry. Where does your hope lie then, John?
On the President of the Republic of Kenya. That one I know, but the President and the Deputy, they were concerned about this thing. It's not that they were not aware about this thing. I think they can be able to make it move faster and make the Attorney General be accountable and follow it up. Especially, the best thing he can be able to do is to give us audience. That we give him the report, all the reports that we have.
I see what you mean. Do you want the pyramid scheme to be brought back, regulated properly? Because, as you said, it did serve Kenyans. It did serve Kenyans and serve just have a proper regulation that anyone wants to take advantage doesn't come in. Do you guys want the scheme back, or what exactly are you asking the president to do?
Some of the schemes we don't want them back.
Some yes.
Some yes, with if you can do a 12% per annum, and it's genuine, and the government can regulate them, I believe it can serve Kenyans. But some of them, there are people who are crooks who took advantage of something good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I would really want the president to do is to look into this matter. First of all, let him give us an audience. And if possible, we sit down with the Attorney General and the people who are concerned, like Nyenze, Honorable Nyenze, so that we can be able to see, he can be able to know how deep this thing was.
Yes, yes.
He understands how it's still affecting Kenyans up to now, and what is the way forward. The former president had promised he's going to help IDPs, and then the other major thing he had said he's going to help is pyramid victims. He had said before his term ends.
His term ends, yes.
Because now with IDP it was something big, but now with the
well, I
pyramid,
guess he handed over to the Attorney General who promised 3 months after he left. Nothing.
And pyramid, we are IDPs in our own home because when you don't have money,
I know what you mean.
Life savings, and then you had retired.
So have you gone ahead? I mean, apart from this appeal that you're giving onto as you wind up, as we're giving onto television now. I mean, have you taken steps? Have you done letters to the president? I mean, have you as a chairman, what have you done to ensure that there's a possibility of having an audience with the president? Or is this your first appeal now?
It's my second appeal now. I've done that before, and this is a second appeal.
All you want is just to meet the president.
I just want to meet the president with my officials. We go and we have the report. We have everything. And one other thing, as we conclude, we don't want any other task force because the report is there.
Is there?
Yeah. We don't want the Attorney General to say that I was sent to plan for let them adapt what was given in Parliament.
That's all you're asking for?
That's all we're asking. We don't want them to buy time anymore.
You don't have any more time.
We don't have any more time.
Thank you very much, and all the best. And we hope basically the president will give you that audience. And as you said, I mean, for you, if they can regulate it, fine. But for now, all you want is your color.
We want our money back. And per now, I think 3/4 of the people don't want to hear anything about that. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. You are watching us live on K24. Stay with us. We'll be right back.